Good evening and welcome back to Game 2 of this two-game doubleheader with the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. Mohawk Valley took Game 1 6-5, dropping the Pilots' record to 5-16 on the summer. They'll turn to their 6'2" southpaw Chris Vitale from Cheektowaga, New York, and Erie Community College, making his 10th appearance and starting the second game. He's gone 9 1/3 previous innings, 6 hits, 10 runs, 4 earned, 7 walks, 11 Ks. The defense behind Chris Vitale goes as follows. Josh Loeffler, DeMarcus Guillory, Over Torres, left to right in the outfield. Left to right in the infield, Hunter Wells, Jorge Leon, Graham Hackport, and Peter Battaglia. And catching Chris Vitale in this Game 2 is Jonathan Parker. 76 degrees here at Colburn Park in Newark, New York. You're listening to Frank LaSala on the Newark Pilots Radio Network. And now, as the great late Ernie Banks said, let's play 2. It'll be a similar lineup for Mohawk Valley. 8 of the 9 players appeared in Game 1. The only difference is Bronson Grubbs. He's playing center field and he's batting 9th.
For Mohawk Valley, Alexis Monte Rodriguez.
This team for Mohawk Valley will take their swings off of Chris Vitale. Alexis Manji Rodriguez, the sophomore from Barry College, digs in. Went 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored in RBI in Game 1, playing second, and he'll be the designated hitter here in Game 2. First pitch from the lefty Vitale, taken for strike 1. Vitale started Game 2 against Onondaga last Friday night. Had a good top of the first and then didn't make it through the top of the second. Allowed 7 runs, 6 earned, and 4 walks in a raining night in Game 2 from Onondaga Community College. The 2-strike pitch swung on, fouled back. Count remains 0-2. Vitale working from the windup to Alexis Manji Rodriguez, Game 2's designated hitter for the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. Off-speed pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. Manji Rodriguez down swinging, and Vitale has his first out here of the night.
Tim Zhang.
Tim Zhang, the left-handed hitting left fielder, will come to the plate for the Diamond Dogs. So the first lefty that Chris Vitale will face in this Game 2. The first pitch to him, it's a slow breaking ball that goes over the head of Zhang for ball 1. The first ball off the left arm of Chris Vitale. The 1-0, fouled at a play, counts 1-1. Tim Zhang went 2 for 4 with 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, and an RBI in the Diamond Dogs 6-5 win in Game 1. Here he is in Game 2 with a 1-1 count against Chris Vitale. Working from the windup, the pitch outside, ball 2. Pilots are all too familiar with Tim Adams behind home plate and should be familiar with his strike zone. So there should be no questions going forward. The 2-1, that one misses. Counts 3-1. Vitale from the windup, the 3-1. Swung on and lined into right. It'll be a base hit. So the second man into the game is on with a 1-out single. Tim Zhang has reached base now in his last 3 at-bats here at Colburn Park. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Austin Pollock. Started in right in Game 1, singled, walked, and was hit by a pitch. He went 1 for 2 in that one. Diamond Dogs are 13-6 in second place in the Eastern Division. They've won 5 straight. This one from Vitale gets away from Jonathan Parker. And the runner advances to second. So pass ball from Parker on the 1-0. Now the 1-0 fired in for strike 1. an entirely different lineup for the Pilots, except for Battaglia at first, and Willalaka will stay and be the designated hitter. The 1-1 from Vitale, looped into right. Torres charges, settles under it, makes the play, and then fires a strike to third. Tim Zhang thought about tagging. Must have heard from teams around the league that Over Torres has one of the strongest arms in the outfield that we've seen so far this year. Our second look at the Diamond Dogs first was in game 1 of this doubleheader. They play in the Eastern Division of this Perfect Game League. The Pilots lost, dropped them to 5-16, 11 games behind the leader Jamestown. First pitch strike to the left-handed hitting Russ Olive. Jamestown will be in here tomorrow night for another doubleheader. Both those games, 7 innings as well. Russ Olive went 1 for 4 with an RBI in game 1. The 1-strike pitch, looped into left. Loeffler over. He will not get there. Pitch drops foul. Count goes to 0-2. So Russ Olive is the hitter against the lefty Vitale. So lefty-lefty matchup. Counts 0-2. The 2-strike pitch from the stretch almost hits Olive. Had to get out of the way. Counts 1-2. Vitale wearing number 26 from the left-handed arm, towing the rubber from the third base side. The 1-2. Drops a breaking ball in. Guillory didn't get a good jump. It's going to drop. He'll charge. Now he'll fire home the throw. Up line, cut off by Battaglia. So it's an RBI 2-out single for Russ Olive. His second RBI of the doubleheader. Tim Zhang comes around to score from second, and the Diamond Dogs lead 1-0. So similar to game 1, the Pilots will be in a deficit by the time they get to the plate for their at-bats. So the new hitter will be Clay Konecki, the catcher, here with 2 outs. Vitale fires in strike 1. Konecki went 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI in the first half of this doubleheader. Vitale working from a stretch. Runner on first being held on. Drops a breaking ball. This one's deep to left. Loeffler back. He's racing back. He's still back. This one is off the scoreboard and left. It's a home run. A 2-run home run deposited over the fence and left off the Colburn Park scoreboard. It's 3-0 Diamond Dogs lead. So Clay Konecki with the 2-run home run off of Vitale, and it's 3-0.
Number 3, Zach Coker.
So that'll bring up Zach Coker, the third baseman in the first game, playing second in this game 2. Went 0 for 2 with a pair of walks in that one. Here he is with 2 outs and no one on. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Taken, strike 2. The home run by Clay Konecki off the left field scoreboard. The first home run we've seen to left field at Colburn Park. The 5th total. The 2-strike pitch popped up. Torres back, settles under it. He will make the play to end the inning.
That's 3 outs.
But not before Mohawk Valley gets 3 in the top of the first. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, no one left on base. The big hit being the 2-out, 2-run home run by the catcher, Clay Konecki. We've played a half an inning. Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs 3, Newark Pilots coming to that. Joe DeSaro, right-handed pitcher, 6'1", 185 from Southern New Hampshire. The junior from Frankfort, New York, has finished his warm-up tosses and is ready to face this Newark Pilots lineup in Game 2 of this doubleheader.
Mohawk State Community College. He's our center fielder.
He'll face DeMarcus Guillory to lead off this inning. He's in center. Then Hunter Wells, the third baseman, and the designated hitter, Will Alaka, to start this bottom of the first. Pilots put up 10 hits in Game 1, but only mustered 5 runs, which is not enough to beat the Diamond Dogs. First pitch to Guillory. Ball 1. DeSaro is 3-0 with a 2.00 ERA. 1-0 misses high to Guillory, 2-0. 18 previous innings pitched, 12 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 19 strikeouts. The 2-0. Strike 1. 19 strikeouts for Joe DeSaro. He has that in 18 innings. We had a pitcher throw 9 innings against us and strike out 20. The 2-1 is fouled back. Counts 2-2. That pitcher was Houston Roth last Saturday night against Elmira. Took a perfect game into the bottom of the 7th. With 2 outs, Will Alaka ended that one. He'll bat third in this bottom of the first. DeSaro from the windup, correct that. The 2-2 misses. Count is full to the leadoff man, DeMarcus Guillory. Pilots surrendered 3 runs in the top half of this first. The payoff pitch swung on and lined into right. That sends the right fielder back. This one's going to get over his head. Guillory rounds first. He heads to second. He'll round second and head to third. The throw from Coker is at second. And DeMarcus Guillory is going to get thrown out on the bases, attempting a triple. So 9-4-5 on the relay for the first out of the game for the Pilots.
Pilots from Louisiana Tech, number 2, Hunter Wells.
Puts good wood on the ball over the head of the right fielder Pollock, but is gunned down on the relay. DeSaro from the windup. First pitch to Hunter Wells misses. Ball 1. Hunter Wells had a sacrifice bunt in Game 1 of the doubleheader. That was in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-0 misses ball 2. Started last night in the win against Geneva. Went 1 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. Batting in the leadoff hole. Also scored a run and walked. Playing third in Game 2. The 2-0 misses. Ball 3. Hunter Wells, the switch hitter from Tyler Junior College, going to be playing at Louisiana Tech next year. Taking on the 3-0. The count is 3-1. DeSaro wearing number 7, working from the windup with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. The 3-1 misses low. So Hunter Wells will walk. And there's 1 on with 1 out. And that will bring up Will Alaka.
Coming up to the plate.
The designated hitter for the Pilots went 2 for 4 with a run scored in Game 1. The rest of the lineup after Alaka, it's Over Torres batting 4th playing right. Peter Battaglia batting 5th playing 1st. Jonathan Parker behind the plate batting 6th. Josh Loeffler playing left batting 7th. Graham Hackbarth batting 8th playing 2nd. And Jorge Leon playing short batting 9th. DeSaro from the stretch for the first time. Alaka pops this one back. Strike 1. DeSaro on the mound, working with the 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first of Game 2. Pilots dropped Game 1 6-5. The 1-strike pitch from DeSaro. Breaking ball in for strike 2. Alaka steps out, asks for time, puts his hand down, and sets back in. Hunter Wells leads off of first. And now time called by the home plate umpire, Tim Adams. Alaka behind at the plate. Behind in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Pitch in the dirt. He thought about it, lays off. Counts 1 and 2. Will Alaka at the plate against Joe DeSaro, the right-handed pitcher. This one hits Alaka. Alaka didn't really make an effort to get out of the way, but it works either way. And they have back-to-back base runners on after the first out.
Torres from Yavapai Community College.
Now, you never know how an inning is going to play out, but Guillory gets thrown out on the bases at third to start off this inning. The unwritten rule in baseball is you don't want to make the first or third out at third. Guillory made the first, and now since he was retired, the next 2 batters, Hunter Wells and Will Alaka, have both reached. Joe DeSaro working from the stretch to Over Torres. Takes inside ball 1. Torres leads the team in RBIs, tied at 9, and leads the team in home runs, tied at 1. Has the power to tie this game up here in the bottom of the first. Got the night off in game 1, starting here in game 2 and right. Last night started against Geneva in the 4-3 win and had an RBI double. The right fielder waits to 1-0. Misses low, counts 2-0. Joe DeSaro on the mound. The right-hander from Frankfort, New York. Working from the stretch, looks back at Wells at second, now fires. Torres pops it up. The third baseman, Dealey, going to give it a look. Now the catcher, Konecki, will head over. He'll backhand it, and he'll make the play for the second out of the inning. So Torres is retired, and that'll bring up Pete Battaglia.
Now up for your pilots.
Battaglia was not retired in game 1. Had a sacrifice bunt, had an RBI double, had another double where he scored a run and an infield single. He went 3 for 3 and out. Batting with runners on first and second and 2 outs in the bottom of the first. DeSaro from the stretch. The first pitch to Battaglia is lined foul. Battaglia at the dish against Joe DeSaro working from the stretch. Ahead in the count, 0-1. Wells and Alaka lead off first and second. The 1-strike pitch to Battaglia. Missed low. Counts 1-1. Pilots trail 3-0 in the bottom of the first after a 2-out, 2-run home run in the top half by Clay Konecki. 1-1 pitch, fired in for strike 2. Battaglia saw it all the way into the glove for his second strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wells and Alaka take their lead. The 1-2 to Battaglia popped up at a play. He'll get another chance. That remains 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. DeSaro looks back at Wells. Now fires the 1-2. Battaglia lays off the pitch in the dirt. Counts 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. From the stretch, DeSaro looks back, now fires the 2-2. Popped it up. Second baseman Coker back, first baseman Olive back. Right fielder Pollock into a slide to make the catch for the final out of the bottom of the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 Pilots left on base. We've played 1. The Diamond Dogs lead the Pilots 1 or 3-0. Chris Vitale back on the hill after the Pilots left 2 runners on in the bottom of the first. We're here in the top of the second of game 2. This will be a 7-inning game. Mohawk Valley took game 1, 6-5. The first pitch from Vitale to Dan Dealey, taken for strike 1. Dealey playing third base in game 2, pinch hit for Nico Ramos in game 1. He was hit by a pitch, scored a run, and then struck out looking. The 1-strike pitch from Vitale has popped up. Taglia will go back. He'll run out of room as the ball bounces into the Pilots' dugout for strike 2. Mohawk Valley had a 2-out RBI single by Russ Olive, and then the big hit in the inning was a 2-out, 2-run home run by Clay Konecki off the left field scoreboard here at Colburn Park. Take a 3-0 lead for the Diamond Dogs. Chris Vitale gets a new ball from the home plate umpire, and now we'll fire the 2-strike pitch to Dealey from the windup. Swung on, just got a piece of it. Count remains 0-2. Top of the second inning here at Colburn Park in Newark, New York. The 2-strike pitch, blooped. Taglia gives it a look. It lands foul. Count remains 0-2. Chris Vitale struck out a batter, allowed 3 hits, and got 2 flyouts in the first. Working here in the second, down 3-0. From the windup, the 2-strike pitch, taken high. Counts 1-2. Working from the windup, lined foul. Count will stay 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, or nobody out, to the leadoff man, Dan Dealey, the third baseman, who served as the pinch hitter and the designated hitter in game 1. The 1-2 misses low, counts 2-2. Parker catching Vitale. The 2-2 is blooped into left. Loeffler over, Guillory over. Loeffler dives and won't make the catch. It's going to be a leadoff double for Dan Dealey. And the Diamond Dogs have a leadoff man in scoring position to start this second inning off for Joe Engel.
Number 4, Joe Engel.
Engel, the right-handed hitting shortstop from Columbia, went 0 for 2 with an RBI in game 1. Looking to add an RBI here in game 2. Off Chris Vitale, the first pitch, it's a breaking ball and it's outside. Ball 1. To Joe Engel. Working from the stretch, the 1-0. Misses low. Counts 2-0. Two balls, no strikes, no outs. From the stretch. Off speed, swung on and missed. Strike 1. Sets, looks back at second. Now fires. 2-1 pitch inside strike. Counts 2-2. Bronson Grubbs waits on deck for the Diamond Dogs. Vitale looks back. The 2-2 lined right at Leone at second for the first out. Dan Dealey back in safely. And the Pilots have their first base runner out
play for Mohawk Valley,
in the inning.
Bronson Grubbs.
So that'll bring up Bronson Grubbs, the center fielder, the only Diamond Dog in this Game 2 lineup to not appear in Game 1. He's batting .234, 11 for 47 in 14 previous games. Working from the stretch, Vitale looks back, now fires the first pitch breaking ball for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. To Bronson Grubbs, the junior from Sacramento State. Vitale working from the stretch, steps off ahead of the 0-1. Looks back, now fires. Swung on, fouled back off the tip of the glove of Jonathan Parker. Strike 2. Parker got the full night off, the full day off in Game 1, and is catching Vitale here in Game 2. He would lead off in the bottom of the second. It's 3-0. It's the top of the second. Game 2 at Colburn Park. Vitale from the stretch looks back. Now fires in the 2-strike pitch. Popped up. Loeffler started back, now will come in. He'll settle under it, make the play for the second out of the inning. So that will flip the lineup back over
Number 29,
for Alexis Manji Rodriguez. The designated hitter struck out his first time up to lead this game off against Chris Vitale. He'll dig in with 2 away. And Dan Dealey leading off of second. Jonathan Parker, after a meeting with Chris Vitale, heads back behind the plate. Working from the stretch. First pitch breaking ball. Misses. Up and away, ball 1. Manji Rodriguez getting the half night off in Game 2. Started at second base for Mohawk Valley in Game 1. The 1-0. Swung on and foul tipped off the glove of Parker. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the second inning here at Colburn Park in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Chris Vitale working from the stretch. The 1-1 to Manji Rodriguez misses low. Ball 2. Manji Rodriguez has driven in 1 run on the year. That came in Game 1. He has a duck on the pond here in the top of the second. The 2-1 is grounded to Leone. He'll charge. He'll glove it on a hop. He'll fire to first, and he'll make the play to end the inning. So a leadoff double is wasted. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. It'll be Parker, Loeffler, and Hackmark when we get back. Pilots with some work to do. They trail 3-0. The catcher for tonight's Newark Pilots in Game 2, Jonathan Parker, will step to the dish. He's batting just a hair above the Mendoza line, 204 on the summer, 11 for 54 in 15 games. The first pitch from DeSaro misses low. Ball 1. DeSaro got the first 3 base runners reached against him in the first, a double by Guillory, who was then thrown out trying to expand a double into triple. Then a hit by pitch and a walk back-to-back. The next 2 batters he got to fly out to end the inning. Counts now 2-0 to Parker. Now from the windup, the 2-1 is fouled back. Counts 2-0. Or the 2-0 is fouled back. Counts 2-1. Joe DeSaro working here with a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the second. From the windup, the 2-1. Line to short. Takes it off a hop is Engel. He'll fire to first high as the throw gets away. It's an E6 on the throw from Engel as Parker reaches to lead off this inning.
Now coming to the plate, our left fielder from the University of Connecticut, number 5.
So that will bring up
Loeffler.
the University of Connecticut left fielder Josh Loeffler. He's 3 for 11 in 5 games. He's making his 4th start on the summer. He steps out and looks down at his third base coach for the sign. One of his 3 hits is a double. The first pitch taken outside, ball 1. 273 batting average, 429 on base percentage. Parker leads off first, being held on by the former Newark Pilot, Russ Olive. DeSaro is working from the stretch. Now fires the one over to Loeffler, who pops it up. Right fielder Pollock over. He'll settle under it. He will make the play for the first out in this bottom of the second inning.
Now coming up for your Pilots, our second baseman.
That'll bring up the second baseman, Graham
Number
Hackbarth.
16, Graham Hackbarth.
Hackbarth. Batting average below the Mendoza line. Batting 179 with a 256 on-base percentage. Just 7 hits and 39 at-bats. Parker leads off first. DeSaro from the stretch. He looks over, now fires. Hackbarth takes the first pitch for a strike. So ahead of the 1-strike pitch to Hackbarth, DeSaro will look in, get his pitch, now look over and fire. Hackbarth thought about a pitch in the dirt, but lays off. Counts 1-1. Hackbarth, the second baseman from Birmingham, Alabama, making his 12th start, has started a few at short and the rest at second. The 1-1, taken low. Ball 2. Jonathan Parker leads off first. That's Graham Hackbarth's future Louisiana Tech teammate. Hunter Wells the other. Parker goes. Lined past the glove of the shortstop. A successful hit and run for the Pilots as Parker moves to second on the single from Graham Hackbarth. The Pilots have the first 2 runners on with 1 out. Now the batter is the number 9 hole hitter, Jorge Leon.
Number 6, Jorge Leon.
Leon from Mexico City, Mexico.
Crowd can be louder. Let's go. Get behind your Pilots.
The 5'9" shortstop. Batting 256 with a 420 on base percentage. On with runners on first and second. And 1 out against DeSaro. The first pitch from the stretch misses low. Counts 1-0. Pilots have had 5 base runners through the first 1 1/3. Jorge Leon at the dish. DeSaro looks back at Parker. Now fires in the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Wearing an elbow guard on his right arm sleeve. is the Hendrix College shortstop. Hendrix College, a Division III school in Conway, Arkansas. Parker and Hackworth lead off first and second. The 1-1 to Leone. Drag bunt, gets it down, but rolls foul. Counts 1-2. So something we've seen Leone do. Drag bunted for a hit against the Onondaga Flames on Sunday in the 9-3 loss to them. Leone behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. DeMarcus Guillory waits on deck. Leone awaits the 1-2 from DeSara from the stretch. The pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. Jorge Leone is down swinging. And with 2 away, that'll bring up DeMarcus Guillory.
From Mohawk State Community College, DeMarcus Guillory.
So Guillory digs in here in the bottom of the second. Doubled and then was thrown out at third, trying to extend it into a triple to lead off the bottom of the first. Squared to drag bunt, pulled it back. Counts 0-1. Parker and Hackworth lead on the bases. Guillory, the 5'8" center fielder, waits. DeSaro steps off. From Motlow State Community College in Smyrna, Tennessee. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. He waits. The 1-strike pitch misses low. Counts 1-0. Batted .276 in his freshman campaign for Motlow State and is batting just .185 through 9 games for the Newark Pilots. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses. Counts 2-1. Looking to extend this inning, the switch hitter Hunter Wells waits on deck. He walked in his first plate appearance. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs from the stretch. DeSaro pitches outside, 3-1. And now a ball away from loading up these bases. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Joe DeSaro working from the stretch, looks back at Parker, now fires the 3-1, taken high, ball 4. DeMarcus Guillory is on base for the 2nd time in as many innings. And that'll extend the inning for Hunter Wells. So the bases are full of pilots for the future Louisiana Tech Bulldog, Hunter Wells. His 2 future teammates, Parker and Hackworth, are on 2nd and 3rd. Wells has 1 RBI in his 2 games so far this summer. The newest arrival for the Pilots, as Mohawk is going to go out and talk to their pitcher. The infield and the catcher will join the conversation with Joe DeSaro. Head coach gives him a pat on the back. Now slowly struts back into the dugout. Hunter Wells up with the bases loaded. We're in the bottom of the 2nd. There's 2 outs. Mohawk Valley leads 3-0 on a 2-out single from Russ Olive and a 2-out 2-run home run from Clay Konecki. Hunter Wells looking to put the Pilots on the board here in the 2nd. Joe DeSaro from the stretch. The first pitch to Wells popped up. The left fielder Zhang will give it a look. No dice. Counts 0-1. Wells wearing number 2. The number of the recently departed shortstop Tyler Rodekirk. Rodekirk made 7 errors in his few games, which ranked him 7th in the league. Wells, the 1-strike pitch. DeSaro from the stretch. Swung on, fouled back. Counts 0-2 to the 3rd baseman from Richmond, Texas. DeSaro a strike away from leaving the bases loaded. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Joe DeSaro working from the stretch with the bases full of pilots. Here it is. Taken low. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the switch hitter, Wells. Batting from the left side. The 3rd straight lefty that DeSaro is facing. The 1-2. Misses. Ball 2. That was the 46th pitch from Joe DeSaro through the 1st inning and 2/3. Wells has worked this count back even. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2. Line to short. This is off the glove of the shortstop into center field. Parker will score. Hackbart will score. It's a 2 RBI single for Hunter Wells. And the lead is cut to 3-2.
Now coming up to the plate. Our designated
Guillory
hitter
moves up to
from
second.
the University of
Hackbart
Virginia,
scores.
number 27, Will
And
Mohawk.
Parker scores. That ball was smoked off the bat by Wells. He picks up his 2nd and 3rd RBIs in as many games. Cut this lead to 3-2. So that extends the inning. For the 7th batter, the Pilots will send up. It's Will Alaka. No batting glove look against DeSaro from the stretch. The 1st pitch, breaking ball. Taken for strike 1. Wells and Guillory on 1st and 2nd. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd. DeSaro from the stretch. Swung on, fouled back. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. DeSaro from the stretch. The 2-strike pitch to Alaka. Taken. Konecki started towards home plate from behind the plate. Tim Adams said no. Counts 1-2. Wells and Guillory lead off 1st and 2nd. The 1-2. In the dirt. Blocked by Konecki, so the runners cannot move up. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the Pilots' designated hitter in Game 2, Will Alaka. He was hit by a pitch in his 1st plate appearance in the 1st. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on, 2 runners home. From the stretch, Alaka could not hold up. Strikes out swinging to end the inning. But not before the Pilots get on the board. A 2-out, 2-run single by Hunter Wells has cut this to a 3-2 lead. We head to the 3rd. Vitale will be back on the mound. We'll be right back. It'll be Tim Zhang, Austin Pollock, and Russ Olive. 2, 3, and 4 against Chris Vitale in the top of the third. Got some runs on the scoreboard and fires in a first pitch breaking ball for strike 1 to Tim Zhang. 3-2. Top of the third. Pilots trail. This one is lined past the glove or into the glove of Peter Battaglia for the first out. So one away.
One out, number 6.
As the smooth defending first baseman Battaglia makes the play on the lineout. That will bring up Austin Pollock, the right fielder. Flew out to our right fielder, Over Torres. Back in the first. He's 0 for 1. Ahead of the first pitch from Vitale in the dirt. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. From the windup, misses outside, counts 2-0. Vitale wearing number 26 from the left-handed side, pitching to number 6, Austin Pollock from the right-handed batter's box. 2-0, fires in a strike, counts 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the third inning here in Game 2 at Colburn Park. This one misses high, counts 3-1. Austin Pollock at the dish. He's 0-1 tonight. The 3-1. Lined foul. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. We're here in the top of the third inning of Game 2 of this doubleheader at Colburn Park. The payoff pitch taken low. Parker going to hold it there, no dice. And a 1-out base runner is on. That's the first walk for Chris Vitale tonight, his 8th on the year. That'll bring up the left-handed swinging Russ Olive. The first baseman drove in a run with a single his first time up, then came around to score on the Konecki 2-run home run. Working from the stretch with a runner on first, popped it up the first pitch. Leone back, Guillory in. The speedy center fielder will settle under it, almost overran it, makes the play for the second out of the inning. So 1 pitch out, and that will bring up Clay Konecki. Konecki, the catcher in both games, hit a 2-out, 2-run home run off Chris Vitale. The left field wall off the Colburn Park scoreboard to make this game 3-0. It's now 3-2 with a runner on first. Vitale looks over, now throws. Pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. Vitale working here in his 3rd inning of work. The starter for Game 2 of this doubleheader. Looks in from the stretch. Now looks over at the runner at first and will throw over, and the pitch gets away. So the runner at first will move up to second. He'll round second. He'll head to third. The throw in from Battaglia is going to be cut off by Leone. So it's a 2-base error on Chris Vitale. And the runner moves up 180 feet to third. So after the error on the throw, Pollock moves up to third. A 2-base error. Now the 1-0. Strike 1. Pitching to Clay Konecki. Jonathan Parker doing the catching in Game 2 of the 1-1. Swung on, fouled back. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. A two-base error in this inning put a runner on third with 2 outs. Clay Konecki at the dish, looking to drive in the Diamond Dogs' 4th run. The 1-2 from the windup from Chris Vitale. The pitch, taken low. Counts 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the third, runner on third. The pitch, popped out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clay Konecki against the lefty Vitale, the 2-2. Breaking ball fouled off the glove of Parker. Could not hold on, so Konecki gets another chance. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the third on third. Chris Vitale from the windup. The pitch in the dirt. Parker keeps it in front of him, but the count goes full. A 2-base error in this inning on a pickoff attempt. Moved Pollock from first to third. The payoff pitch misses outside, ball 4. So the second walk in the inning, and the first with 2 outs, puts runners on the corners with 2 away for Zach Coker, the second baseman from the University of Alabama. Wearing number 3. Up with runners on the corners. 2 away. Vitale will go back into the stretch. Now he'll fire. Called strike 1. One strike count from the stretch. Zach Coker is the hitter. Pitch misses upstairs. Counts 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Chris Vitale. The pitch. Strike 1. To make that strike 2. Vitale a strike away from getting out of this one. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. We're in the top of the third. The runner goes. No throw down by Parker, so it's a stolen base for Clay Konecki. Count goes to 2-2. Vitale working from the stretch. Konecki's first stolen base. This one's popped up out of play. Count stays at 2-2. Strikes, 2 outs. From the stretch, the pitch. Grounded up the first base line. This ball is going to roll foul, and Coker stays alive. Zach Coker with 2 outs and a 2-2 count. He's at the dish. The right-handed hitter against the left-handed pitching, Chris Vitale. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Coker stays alive again. Count remains 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 runners on, both in scoring position. Vitale looking to strand them. The pitch from the stretch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, inning over. No runs, no hits, no 1 error in the inning. 2 men left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the third. It'll be Torres, Battaglia, and Jonathan Parker. They trail 3-2. We'll be right back.
Sure you didn't throw away your
Torres, Battaglia, Parker, 4, 5, and 6. The heart of this pilot's order against Joe DeSaro in the bottom of the third. First pitch misses high, ball 1. DeSaro, a walk. Make that 2 walks, a hit by pitch. 3 hits for the Pilots through the first 2 innings. They scored 2 on a 2-out RBI single by Hunter Wells in the bottom of the second. 1-0 pitch misses, counts 2-0. Torres popped up behind the plate his first time up. Takes inside, counts 3-0. So 3 straight balls to start this inning by Joe DeSaro. Chris Vitale got a strikeout of the second baseman Zach Coker to end the top half of this inning, stranding runners on second and third. 3-0 swinging is Over Torres. He fouls it back for strike 1. Three balls, 1 strike from the windup, the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Over Torres down swinging.
Now coming to the plate, number 78, Peter Battaglia.
For the first out of this inning.
Our first baseman.
Now bring up the first baseman, Peter Battaglia. The right-handed hitter popped up to the right fielder his first time up. The first pitch from DeSaro, off speed for strike 1. The 1-strike pitch from the windup. Grounded to second. Coker gobbles it, fires to Olive at first for the second out of the inning. So 2 quick outs for Joe DeSaro. And there's 2 away.
Next, coming up, our catcher number 23, Jonathan Parker, headed to Louisiana Tech.
Jonathan Parker, the catcher. steps up to the plate for the Pilots. Reached on an error his first time up. The first pitch from DeSaro bounced. Ball 1. Parker doing the catching in this game too. The 1-0 taken high. Counts 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. The catcher, Parker, at the plate against Joe DeSaro in his 3rd inning of work. The 2-0 thought about it on the outside corner for strike 1. Joe DeSaro working from the windup here. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch taken high, ball 3. Count goes to 3-1. The 3-1 swung on and missed, strike 2. Now the payoff pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Jonathan Parker down, swinging. Pilots go 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the 3rd. We head to the 4th. They trail 4-3 to 2.
Now for the winner of the Duck.
Seven, 8, and 9 for the Diamond Dogs. Dan Dealey, the 7-hole hitter, squares to bunt and fouls it back for strike 1. Chris Vitale in the top of the 4th. 4 hits, 2 walks, and a pair of strikeouts through the first 3. The biggest hit was a 2-out, 2-run home run, the difference maker in this game from Clay Konecki. 1 strike pitch. Misses inside or hits inside, counts 0-2. From the windup, the 2-strike pitch hits him. So a breaking ball gets away from Vitale. The first batter he hits tonight is Dan Dealey, and he'll head to first.
Now coming up for the Diamond Dogs, number 4, Joe Engel.
So that'll bring up Joe Engel. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Squares the bunt, gets it down. Vitale sprints, fires to first, and that throw gets away from Battaglia. This one goes into right. The runner will come all the way around from first to score. It's a big throwing error And the score is 4-2. So a sack bunt and an
Mohawk
E1.
Valley, number 28.
No
Hudson
RBI
Gloves.
for Engel, as the runner gets all the way around to score from first. So Engel goes all the way to third on the errant throw that ended up all the way in right. Nobody out, runner on third. It's 4-1. The first pitch swung on and fouled back. Strike one. Here's Vitale working from the stretch. The one strike pitch lined into right. Torres waits under it. He'll charge. He will fire home. His throw is up the line, cut off by Battaglia. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Bronson Grubbs. 5-2, Diamond Dogs lead.
Now coming up, number 29, Alexis Manji Rodriguez.
That'll flip the lineup back over for the designated hitter, Alexis Manji Rodriguez. First pitch from Vitale, strike one. Manji Rodriguez is 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a ground out. One strike pitch in for strike two. Two strike pitch is fouled back. Counts 0-2. Vitale from the windup, the two strike pitch. Taken for strike three. Alexis Manji Rodriguez down looking.
Now 2 outs on the
And there's
board.
2 away.
Up, number 13, Tim Zhang.
Tim Zhang digs in. The left-handed hitting left fielder is 1 for 2 against Vitale tonight. First pitch in the dirt, counts 1-0. The 1-0 taken outside. Top of the fourth in this game, too. The 2-0 is fired in for strike one. 7-inning game. Diamond Dogs took game one 6-5. That game was 2.5 hours. This one has popped up. Loeffler back, now tracks in. Settles under it, makes the play, inning over. So no hits in the inning, but the Diamond Dogs get 2. A hit by pitch, a sacrifice bunt, and a big error. The pitcher Vitale leads the 2 runs on the scoreboard. We've played 3.5. The Diamond Dogs lead 5-2.
To the end of the 4th inning.
Loeffler, Hackbarth, and Leone, 7, 8, and 9 against Joe DeSaro in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch breaking ball, strike one. Loeffler is 0 for 1 tonight, flew out to right field, back in the second. Pilots trail 5-2 in the bottom of the fourth. Loeffler looks at strike two. 3 for 12, batting .250 in his sixth game of the summer. The two-strike pitch from DeSaro. Breaking ball, misses high. Counts 1-2. Pilots will play a doubleheader against the Jamestown Jammers here tomorrow night. Same format, 2 7-inning games. Loeffler thought about it, wisely lays off. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Joe DeSaro working in his fourth inning of work from the windup, the 2-2. Misses high. Counts full. So after a 2-0 count, an 0-2 count to start, Josh Loeffler has worked this count full. Joe DeSaro from the windup. The payoff pitch is lined into left. The left fielder back. This one's going to get over his head. It's going to hit the wall. Loeffler rounds first. He heads to second. He'll round second and head to third. He is going to stand into third with a leadoff triple to start this bottom of the fourth inning. A three-bagger for Josh Loeffler over the head of the left fielder, Tim Zhang. And the Pilots have their leadoff man on.
Second baseman. Get louder in the stands. Let's go.
That'll bring up Graham Hackbarth. The second baseman of game 2. Singled and scored a run his first time up. Has an opportunity to drive in a run from third. The pitch takes a breaking ball. Strike one. Hackbarth from Birmingham, Alabama, and Pearl River Community College. DeSaro from the stretch. Looks at Loeffler at third, now fires in the one-strike pitch. Swung on and missed a pitch in the dirt. Count goes to 0-2. Jorge Leone waits on deck. He struck out swinging his first time up. Hackbarth looking to pick up his 5th RBI of the summer with a base hit. Behind in the count, 0-2. Joe DeSaro working from the stretch. The two-strike pitch. Breaking ball lined into left. This one is going to be caught by Tim Zhang. Loeffler will tag from third. The throw not going to be in time. It's an RBI sacrifice fly for Graham Hackbarth as Josh Loeffler comes around to score on the tag. Scores 5-3. I'll bring up Jorge Leone, the shortstop in game 2, with no runners on base and 1 out. They're going to ask Mohawk Valley if Josh Loeffler left early on attempt. He did not, so the run will count. It's 5-3 in the bottom of the fourth in this 7-inning game, game 2 of this doubleheader against the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. First pitch swinging is Leone. Counts 0-1. Leone, the shortstop, struck out swinging. It is only a B in the bottom of the second. Working from the windup is DeSaro. The one-strike pitch swung on and fouled back Counts 0-2. DeSaro, the junior right-handed pitcher from Southern New Hampshire. Working here in the fourth with a 5-3 lead. 2 strike pitches in the dirt. Counts 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Jorge Leon, the hitter. Poked foul out of play. Count remains 1-2. 5-3. Bottom of the 4th inning here at Colburn Park in Game 2 of this doubleheader. From the windup, the pitch, ring him up, Jorge Leon, down looking for the second out of the inning. So the number 9 hole hitter Leon strikes out, and that will bring off the leadoff man. He's reached base twice in this one, doubled in the first, and walked in the second. Takes the first pitch low at the knees for strike 1. That one looked more below the shins, but we know we've seen Tim Adams' strike zone through the past few games. And no, it's a unique one. The 1 strike pitch to Guillory, lined to the shortstop angle. He fires to first to just beat the speedy Guillory at the bag. But the Pilots get 1. Cut this lead down to 5-3. After a leadoff triple by Josh Loeffler, he was driven in on the sacrifice fly by Graham Hackbarth. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. No one left on base. We played 4. Mohawk Valley leads this one 5-4. The first pitch from Chris Vitale to Austin Pollock was fired in for strike 1. The second one was taken for ball 1. So the count's 1-1. It'll be Austin Pollock, Russ Olive, and Clay Konecki. 3, 4, and 5 for the Diamond Dogs in the top of the 5th. Vitale, his offense got him a run back in the bottom half of the 4th on the sacrifice fly from the second baseman, Graham Hackbarth. So the score is 5-3. And it's a 1-2 count to Austin Pollock, the right fielder, who's 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. The 1-2 is in the dirt. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Pollock. Vitale from the windup, misses low. Count goes to 3-2. Chris Vitale working for the Pilots. The payoff pitch. Blooped to Hackbarth at second. settles under it, makes the play for the first out of this fifth inning.
Now coming to the plate, number 24, Russ.
That'll bring up number 24, Russ Olive, the former Newark Pilot. Singled, drove in a run, and scored a run in the first, and then flew out to Guillory in center field. So he's 1 for 2. And he digs in with nobody on for the third time against the left-handed Chris Vitale from the windup. The pitch, it's a breaking ball, and it's low. Ball 1. Counts 1-0. The pitch from the windup almost hits him. Olive takes it inside. Ball 1. Russ Olive, second in the league with 4 home runs and second in the league with 19 walks. The 2-0. Fouled out of play. Counts 2-1. Olive trails only Jamestown's Chris Connolly in walks. We'll see Connolly tomorrow night against the Jammers. It's a 2-1 count from Vitale from the windup. The pitch, it misses. Count goes to 3-1. To the former Newark Pilot, Russ Olive. At the dish, the sophomore from UMass Lowell waits. 3-1 fastball. Strike 2. Olive went 1 for 4 in game 1. He's 1 for 2 tonight. The 3-2 grounded to Leone. Takes it on a hop. Fires to Battaglia for the out. So that's 5 straight retired for Chris Vitale. And that will bring up Clay Konecki with 2 away. Konecki back in the bottom or the top of the first inning with 2 outs. And Russ Olive on first deposited a 1-strike pitch over the left field wall for a home run. First pitch swinging. Leone goes to the backhand. Fires. This one's going to be airmailed over the head of Battaglia. E6 puts Konecki on first to extend the inning for Zach Coker.
Now up to the plate for Mohawk Valley, Zach Coker.
Looks like Jordan Miller is going to begin to get loose in the Pilot's pen. Have not seen him throw in a few days. So the 2-out base runner. That's Clay Konecki, who reached on the error. Out there at first. Chris Vitale from the stretch. The 1-0 is fouled back. Strike 1. Zach Coker went 0 for 2 with 2 walks in game 1. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout thus far in game 2. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch to Coker from the stretch. Grounded to Wells. Over, goes to the backhand. Will fire across from foul territory, and the throw gets away from Battaglia. The runner at second will advance 90 feet, and we'll see who that error is going to be on. So it's a Battaglia error. It's the second error of the inning. Still with 2 away and still with runners on the corners. And now Bennett Schultz is going to go out and talk. Allen. Runners on the corners, they both reached on errors. So it's the 4th error for the Pilots, the 4th error in the last 3 innings. Two have been on Vitale, 1 on Battaglia, and then 1 on Jorge Leone. They've led to 2 more runs on the scoreboard. Both came in the top of the fourth. We're here in the top of the fifth. There's 2 outs. Back-to-back errors after 2 outs have put runners on the corners. Vitale from the stretch, first pitch, strike 1.
To the plate, number 32, Dan Dealey.
Dan Dealey, the third baseman, batter of the inning. Vitale looks over, now fires the 1-strike pitch, grounded to Hunter Wells at third. He will go the short way to Hackbart at second to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 2 errors in the inning, but both those runners are left on the corners. We've played 4.5. Pilots trail 5-3. As we head to the bottom of the fifth, it'll be Wells, Alaka, Torres, 2, 3, and 4 when we get back. Hunter Wells, the switch hitter, digs in for the 3rd time against DeSara. Now home plate umpire Tim Adams calls time. Walked in the 1st inning and then drove in 2 runs with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 2nd. The score is 5-3. We're in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch is fouled back for strike 1. After 2 2-out errors, Chris Vitale got a fielder's choice ground out to end the top of the 5th. We're here in the bottom of the 5th of this 7-inning game. Pilots trail 5-3. The 1-strike pitch from DeSara, taken outside, counts 1-1. DeSara from the windup, the 1-1 to Wells. Lined the other way, slashed for a base hit. Wells will round first, he'll head to second. This one goes into the corner. He will head to second and be held right there. It's a lead-off double for Hunter Wells. Back-to-back innings with extra base hits for the Pilots. And they're in business as the tying run comes to the plate in the bottom of the 5th. That's Will Alaka, the designated hitter. Was hit by a pitch in the 1st and struck out in the 2nd. Here he is in the 5th with a runner in scoring position. And nobody out. Loeffler had a triple to start the last inning, and now Hunter Wells following it with a double. First pitch was taken over the plate for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Hunter Wells leads off second. at the plate. The 1-strike pitch is low. Counts 1-1. Wells just slashed that ball the other way over the head of the third baseman Dealey, and it just kept rolling towards the wall. The 1-1 to Alaka. Fouled back. Counts 1-2. To the Richmond, Virginia designated hitter. Redshirted in his freshman year at UVA, down in Charlottesville, Virginia. The only returning pilot was teammates with Mohawk Valley's first baseman, Russ Olive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Hunter Wells leads off second. Will Alaka will ask for time. Tim Adams grants it, and he steps out. One ball, 2 strikes to Will Alaka. The leadoff man, Hunter Wells, who doubled, leads off second. From the stretch is DeSara. Breaking ball, Alaka knew it. Strike 3 down looking for the first out of this 5th. Alaka down on strikes for the second time tonight. And that will bring up Over Torres. Torres, the right fielder from Yavapai Community College in Prescott, Arizona. He's from Elizabeth, New Jersey, playing right field in this game too. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout against Joe DeSaro tonight. Spins and fires to second. Hunter Wells dives back in safely. Ahead of the first pitch to Torres. Runner on second, 1 out. Pilots trail 5-3 in game 2 of this 2-7 innings doubleheader. Counts 1-0 now to Over Torres. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Torres, the right fielder, at the dish. Lines this one deep to left, but well foul. Counts 1-1. In the powder blue alternates for the Pilots. Steps out and asks for time. Ahead of the 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch to Torres from the stretch. DeSara went off speed. Torres couldn't wait, fouls it back. Counts 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. DeSaro working from the stretch to the Pilots' right fielder, Over Torres. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Torres chases a fastball upstairs. And there's 2 away for Peter Battaglia. The first baseman is 0 for 2 tonight after going 3 for 3, reaching base all 4 times in game 1. Hunter Wells leads off second base. Battaglia at the dish. DeSaro looks back, now fires. First pitch in the dirt. Blocked by Konecki. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. Battaglia is the hitter. Hunter Wells leads off second to 1 out. Popped out of play. Counts all evened up at 1s. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning here at Colburn Park in Newark, New York. 6 minutes shy. 1 o'clock on the East Coast. DeSaro about to fire in his 96th pitch of the night. The 1-1. Fastball taken from Battaglia, strike 2. Looking to extend this inning and drive in the 4th run for the Pilots from second is Battaglia. Coming up with a runner in scoring position. The 1-2 from DeSaro, taken. Battaglia down, looking to end the inning. So after a leadoff double, Joe DeSaro comes back to strike the side out. A leadoff double wasted. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. It'll be 8, 9, and 1 against a new pitcher for the Pilots in the top of the 6th. They trail 5-3. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for the Pilots, number 42, Zach Mann.
So Chris Vitale's night is over. He goes 5, 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 of those earned, 3 walks, and 3 Ks. Was not helped out in the last few innings by his defense. He made 4 errors behind him. 2, however, were on him. 6'4", 225-pound right-hander Zach Mann, working against 8, 9, and 1 for the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. It'll be Joe Angle, Bronson Grubbs, and Alexis Mungi Rodriguez. The 1-0 from Zach Mann, working from the windup, 2-0. We had Zach Mann in the booth against Elmira the other night in the 2-0 loss here at Colburn Park. 2-0 pitch was taken for strike 1. Zach Mann from the windup. Angle thought about it. Count goes to 2-2. From his windup, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and foul tipped into the glove for strike 3.
Up for Mohawk Valley, number 28.
So the leadoff man retired for Zach Mann, making his 10th appearance on the summer. In 9 previous, 16 2/3, 17 hits, 10 runs, 10 earned, 8 walks, 17 Ks. He's 1-0 with a 5.40 ERA. Foul tips the first one off the shin guard of for strike 1. He pitched in relief in the simulated game on Friday against Onondaga. He went 4 innings in that one, 9 runs or 9 hits, 7 earned runs, and picked up the win in relief of Will Frank in that game. 1 straight pitch misses, ball 1. From the windup, the 1-1. Drops a breaking ball below the knees, but Tim Adams' strike zone working in Zach Mann's favor for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. From the windup, the 1-2. foul tipped off the Jonathan Parker glove. So Bronson Grubbs stays alive. Grubbs has flown out and hit a sacrifice fly in 2 plate appearances tonight. The 1-2. Outside. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. From the windup, Zach Mann broke the bat of Bronson Grubbs, so he'll go to the dugout ahead of the 2-2. Jonathan Parker will use this time to go out and talk to Zach Mann. No runners on, 1 out. The number 9 hole hitter, Bronson Grubbs, at the dish. Two balls, 2 strikes. From the windup, Zach Mann. Grubbs pops it up. Battaglia over into foul territory, makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Now with 2 outs. Number 29, Alexis Manji Rodriguez.
So with 2 away, that will bring up the leadoff man, Alexis Manji Rodriguez. The designated hitter in this game, too, is 0 for 3 tonight, wearing number 29 on his back for the Diamond Dogs. The first pitch from Zach Mann, taken outside, ball 1. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Pilots trail 5-3. They're running out of time to making a comeback in this game. 1-0 pitch misses, counts 2-0. The 6'4", 225-pound righty from Saginaw Valley State University in Union, Kentucky. Counts now 3-0 to Manji Rodriguez. Zach Mann from the windup. Parker goes to a knee against the 5'6" Manji Rodriguez, the 3-0. Inside, it's a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs. That will extend the inning.
Now coming to the plate
for Tim
Diamond Dogs. Number 13,
Zhang.
Tim Zhang.
The left-handed hitting left fielder is 1 for 3 with a run scored in this game, too. Batting against a right-handed pitcher for the first time in this one. Battaglia holding on. Manji Rodriguez at first after the 2-out walk. Zach Mann from the windup throws over. Rodriguez back in safely. Ahead of the first pitch to Zhang. Working from the windup, throws over again. Getting closer. Almost picked him off at first. Manji Rodriguez clapping over there, inviting the challenge from Zach Mann. Let's see if he tries to take a bag from him. From the stretch. Mann waits. Now big leg kick and fires. Strike 1. Alexis Manji Rodriguez has attempted just 1 stolen base and was successful in his only try. It's a 1-strike pitch to Tim Zhang, and it's on the outside corner for strike 2. So Zach Mann, a strike away from stranding that 2-out walk to the left-handed hitting left fielder Zhang. Zach Mann looks over, now steps back on. Manji Rodriguez dancing over there at first, being held on by Peter Battaglia. Zach Mann will give him a long look. Now we'll set. He'll look, taking his time. Now will fire a breaking ball. It'll be grounded past the diving glove of Hackbarth into center field. Manji Rodriguez round second. He heads the third. He'll stop right there. It's a 2-out single by Tim Zhang.
Now coming to the plate
to put runners on the corners with 2 away.
Austin Pollock.
That'll bring up Austin Pollock, the right-handed hitting right fielder. Is 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Jonathan Parker will go out to the infield and give them a signal ahead of this pitch to Pollock. If Pollock could keep the inning going, Russ Olive, the former pilot, would be next. Zach Mann from the stretch fires a first pitch strike on the black for strike 1. Manji Rodriguez at third, Zhang on first. Both reached on 2-out base hits. The 1-0 runner goes. Parker fakes the throw down to second. It'll be a stolen base for Tim Zhang. That's his first stolen base of the summer. And there's 2 runners in scoring position for Austin Pollock. If he could put a ball in play, could extend the lead to 7-3. Breaking ball from Zach Mann, misses high. Count goes to 2-1. Zach Mann from the stretch misses low. Counts 3 balls, 1 strike. To the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dog right fielder Austin Pollock. Zach Mann from the stretch, the 3-1, is in the dirt. Ball 4. The bases are loaded here with 2 away. A walk, a single, and a walk, all with 2 outs, have loaded the bases for Russ Olive. And that will lead to a mound visit from the pitching coach, Bennett Schultz. He'll be joined by Jonathan Parker, the catcher, to talk to Zach Mann. Schultz says a few words, now tracks back to the Pirates dugout.
Diamond Dogs, number 24, Russ Olive.
So Russ Olive steps in. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored tonight. RBI and runs came in the first. First pitch taken low, ball 1. Nowhere to put Russ Olive on the base paths if you're Zach Mann. So you got to come right out and attack him. 1-0. Misses low. Count is 2-0. The 2-0 to Zach Mann, from Zach Mann is lined into right. It's a base hit. Torres charges. 1 run's going to score. It's going to get past him. It'll be an RBI single and an error for Russ Olive. The bases are going to clear as Olive gets to second, and the score is 8-3. So 1 run comes around to score on the single, and then the other 2 runs come in to score on the E9 from Over Torres. The 5th RBI tonight.
Now coming to the plate
for
Mohawk Valley, number 20, Clay Kaneki.
The Diamond Dogs. Ball 1 now to Clay Kaneki. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Walk, a stolen base, and a 2-out, 2-run home run. Zach Mann from the stretch. 8-3 now, Pilots trail. The 1-0. Misses, ball 2. Just past 10 o'clock here in Western New York. We're in the bottom of this. We're in the top of the sixth of this game 2. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Count goes to 1-2. Now to Clay Konecki. Zach Mann a strike away from stranding that runner on second base. See what he goes to. From the stretch, Olive leads off second. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, inning over. But not before the Diamond Dogs open this one up. It's 8-3 through the bottom of the sixth after a RBI single by Russ Olive. The other 2 runners with the bases loaded came around to score on the Over Torres error in right. We head to the bottom of the sixth. We'll be right back. It'll be Jonathan Parker, Josh Loeffler, and Graham Hackworth. Mohawk Valley once led 5-3. They got 3 in the top of the sixth off of Zach Mann. And it's now 8-3. New pitcher for the Diamond Dogs. It's number 16, Jonathan Sell. 6 foot, 205 right-hander from Charlton, New York, and Herkimer College. First pitch, fired in for strike 1. Parker 0 for 2 tonight, reached on an error and struck out. That was both against the starter, DeSaro. 1 straight pitch, swung on and missed for strike 2. DeSaro in line for the win. From the windup now is Sell. 2 strike pitch, misses outside. Counts 0-2. Or counts 1-2. From his windup, the 1-2 to Jonathan Parker. Swung on, fouled back, stays alive. We'll do it again. Sell appearing in his first game for the Diamond Dogs. The 1-2 misses. Ball 2. John Ballier beginning to warm in the Pilots bullpen. Played left field in game 1. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the Pilots catcher, Jonathan Parker. From his windup, it's Jonathan Sell. The 2-2. Popped up. Konecki gives it a look. No dice. Count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pilots down to their final 6 outs. They trail by 5 against the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs in game 2 of this doubleheader. The 2-2 in the dirt, bounced, and the count is full. Pilots have continued to make this one close. Down 3-0, they made it 3-2. Down 5-2, they made it 5-3. And now they're coming up to the plate, down 8-3. Looking to close the gap here in the bottom of the 6th, so they don't face a big deficit heading to the 7th. The payoff pitch to Parker. Swung on, fouled back. He stays alive. Count remains full. Parker against Sell. Relieving Joe DeSaro from his windup. Popped up into right. Right fielder in. That's Pollock. Settles under it. Makes the play to retire Jonathan Parker for the first out. So he's 0 for 3.
Now coming to the plate.
And that will bring up Josh Loeffler.
From the University of Connecticut.
Loeffler flew out.
Josh Loeffler.
His first time up, then hit a triple to lead off the 4th. He came around to score on a Graham Hackbar to sacrifice fly for the Pilots' 3rd run. The first pitch against Jonathan Sell. Thought about it, but it's a called strike 1 from home plate umpire Tim Adams. Sell in on relief of Joe DeSaro, who went 5 hits, 3 runs to earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. The 1 strike pitch misses low. Counts 1-1. Graham Hackbarth waits on deck. He is 1 for 1 with a run scored and a sac fly tonight. The 1-1 to Loeffler, grounded to short. Angle charges. The 3rd baseman, Dealey, will scoop it to get the out at first. So the speedy Loeffler is retired. And there's 2 away.
To the plate from Louisiana Tech. Number
5
16,
straight
Graham Hackbar.
Newark Pilots retired. And it'll bring up Graham Hackbar, the 2nd baseman tonight. (10:19) on the East Coast. The pitch, outside ball 1. So just over 2 hours through this game 2. It's still over an inning to play. Game 1 lasted 2.5 hours. The 1-0. Lined into center. The center fielder back. He's still back. This ball is off the wall. Hackbarth on first. He heads the 2nd. It's a 2-out double for Graham Hackbarth. And the Pilots have a runner in scoring position with 2 away.
Now coming up for your Pilots, number 6 from Hendricks College.
That's Hackbarth's second base hit of the night. Extends the inning for Jorge Leon.
Here, let's get behind your Pilots.
Leon is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He wears number 6 and he bats from the left-handed batter's box. Hackbarth leads off second after a 2-out double. Leon against Sell, first pitch outside, ball 1. Pilots have left 6 runners on in this game. Diamond Dogs have left 5. The 1-0 from Sell, taken low. It's 2-0. DeMarcus Guillory would be next if Jorge Leon can extend the inning. Sell from the stretch. Looks back at Hackbarth. Now fires into 2-0 to Leon. It's upstairs, and it's ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes to Jorge Leon. The shortstop in game 2. Taken low, ball 4. So after a 2-out double, a 4-pitch walk to Jorge Leon.
Now coming up for 41.
That'll bring up DeMarcus Guillory
from Mohawk State Community College, our center fielder.
And that will warrant a mound visit from the pitching coach for the Diamond Dogs. Grant Hackbarth will go over and join the conversation with Franklin Bush and DeMarcus Guillory at third base. After Parker flew out to right and Loeffler grounded out to third, a 2-out double by Hackbarth and a 4-pitch walk to Leon has put runners on first and second. Pilots trail 8-3, in danger of being swept against Mohawk Valley in this doubleheader. Valier has sat down in the Pilots' pen, so not sure if that means he's going to pitch the top of the 7th, or if it'll still be Zach Guillory. Guillory looking to extend this inning. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Grounds the first pitch, foul, strike 1. The 5th hitter for the Pilots in this inning. The left-handed hitting, handed throwing center fielder. Looking to extend the Pilots' 6th. They trail 8-3. We're in the bottom of the 6th. From the windup, looks back at Hackbarth. Sell now fires. 1-strike pitch, misses. Ball 1. If Guillory can extend the inning, Hunter Wells would be next. 1-1 is swung on and fouled back. Counts 1-2. To the center fielder from Buford, Georgia. Just outside Atlanta, gets ready for the 1-2. Then Sell, in of relief of Joe DeSaro. The 1-2 from the stretch. Tried to hold up. Tim Adams is going to ask down for help, and he went. So Guillory strikes out swinging to end the Pilots' bottom of the 6th. A 2-out double and a 2-out walk are wasted as we head to the 7th. Pilots are running out of time. It'll be John Ballier on the mound when we get back.
Score, Mohawk Valley 8.
It'll be Coker, Dan Dealey, and Joe Engel here in the top of the 7th against the new pitcher for the Pilots, John Ballier. In a relief of Zach Mann, who pitched in the top of the 6th. John Ballier making his 5th appearance, 5 2/3, 6 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 10 walks, 7 Ks, good enough for a 9.52 ERA. The 1-0 to Coker is lined into right. Torres is going to let this one bounce in front of him. It's a leadoff single for Zach Coker. And they have a man on.
Now up for Mohawk Valley, number 32, Dan Dealey.
So that'll bring up Dan Dealey, the third baseman, number 32. He is 1 for 2 with a run scored tonight. Zach Mann goes an inning, gives up a hit, make that 2 hits, walks 2, strikes out 2. Gives up 3 runs, 1 earned. First pitch to Dan Dealey misses, ball 1. John Ballier has been used predominantly in mop-up roles, and that is why he is in here. The 1-0 misses low. Counts 2-0. Ballier working from the stretch. Coker looks over. Strike just below the shins for strike 1. There goes that strike zone from Tim Adams expanding late in the game. The 2-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Dan Dealey swings through a letter-high fastball from Ballier. Breaking ball in the dirt. That's going to be a wild pitch, and that's going to allow Zach Coker to move up 90 feet to second. Count goes full. Jonathan Parker had no chance of stopping that one behind the plate. Counts full to the third baseman Dealey. Against Ballier from the stretch. The payoff pitch misses high, ball 4.
Now coming to the plate for the Diamond Dogs, number 4.
So back-to-back
Joe
base
Engel.
runners for Mohawk Valley to start this 7th inning. The first pitch from Ballier, taken for strike 1. Joe Engel is the hitter. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Ballier looks back again, now fires from the stretch. 1 strike pitch too far inside, counts 1-1. From the stretch, the 1-1. Breaking ball misses high. Ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Ballier looks back at second. Now fires low. Strike at the shins for strike 2. Runners lead off first and second. There's nobody out. We're in the top of the final inning here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Swung on, fouled back. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The left-handed pitching Ballier against the right-handed hitter, Joe Engel. Ring him up. A called strike 3. Joe Engel is down looking for the first out of the inning.
Now with 1 out,
that will bring up
28.
Bronson Grubbs, the center fielder from Sacramento State, is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly in this game 2. First pitch, strike one. Hunter Wells playing in on the grass at third, anticipating a bunt. Now he backs up after the first strike pitch to even with third. Valier looks back at second. The one strike pitch, breaking ball. Off the plate. Ball one. One ball, one strike, one out. Valier on the mound steps off. The 1-1. Mrs. High gets to the backstop. It'll be a wild pitch from Valier, allowing the runners to advance 90 feet, the second one of the inning, from his left arm. Runners on second and third now. Welbs moves up a few more feet at third. The 2-1, strike two. Two balls, two strikes, one out. The 2-2. Inside. Way too far inside. Counts 3-2. The payoff pitch from Valier, swung on, fouled back. Count remains full. Valier working from the stretch. It's a full count to their number 9-hole hitter, Bronson Grubbs. Here it is. Ring him up. Strike three. Bronson Grubbs down looking for the second out. 8 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the visiting Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. 3 runs, 6 hits, 5 errors for the home Newark Pilots. Valier from the stretch. First pitch fired in, strike one to Alexis Manji Rodriguez, the designated hitter in this game 2. He is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored tonight. One strike pitch, misses high, ball one. Tim Zhang waits on deck for the Diamond Dogs, who lead it 8-3 in the top of this final frame. 1-1 taken for strike two. Manji Rodriguez steps back in, the 5'6" designated hitter, against the 5'10" left-handed pitcher. Inside, ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Against Valier. Working in the top of the 7th, the 2-2. Misses outside, and the count is full. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch fouled out of play. We'll do it again. It'll be Hunter Wells, Will Alaka, and Over Torres in the bottom of the 7th for the Pilots in the final frame. They need 5 right now. The payoff pitch to Manji Rodriguez, swung on and missed, strike 3, inning over. So a single and a walk to start this inning, then 3 straight punch outs for John Valier to end this inning. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 when we get back. Pilots need 5 to keep this game going. They trail 8-3 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Wells, Alaka, Torres, 2, 3, and 4 against Jonathan Sell in the bottom of the 7th. Pilots need 5 to keep this one alive. Wells, the switch hitter from the left-handed batter's box. Waits, the first pitch, misses outside. Ball 1. From his windup, Sell, the 1-out. Strike 1. One ball, 1 strike to the third baseman, Wells. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch misses high. Ball 2. Sell from the windup. Lined into center field. This one is going to be caught out there by Bronson Grubbs. Got a great read on the ball for the first out.
Now coming up tonight's designated hitter, number 27, Will Alaka from the University of Virginia.
Alaka at the dish. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a hit by pitch in this game, too. First pitch fouled back at a play. Counts 1-0. Pilots, if they lose this game, too, would drop to 5-17 on the summer campaign. Would head to a 2-game losing streak. The 1-strike pitch is grounded to the second baseman, Coker. Sits back on it, gets it on a hop, throws it to first for the second out, and the Pilots are down to their final AB.
Yavapai Community College. Our right fielder, number 3, Over Torres.
So the Pilots' last hopes wait on the right-handed swinging bat of Over Torres. He is 0 for 3 tonight and has made a big error in right field. The pitch from Sell swung on and missed. Strike 1. The win would go to Joe DeSaro, his 4th. The loss would be Chris Vitale, his 1st. Sell, 1-strike pitch fouled back, and the Pilots are down to their final strike here tonight. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Time is called by Over Torres. The 0-2 with 2 outs. Sell, swung on, fouled back, stays alive. Torres at the plate. Sell on the mound. Here in the bottom of the 7th, the 2-strike pitch is swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Strike 3, and the game is over.
That brings us to the end of tonight's
So the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs come in to Colburn Park and go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 7th to sweep this doubleheader against the Newark Pilots. We'll be here back tomorrow night against the Jamestown Jammers, the first place Jammers. The Pilots have a lot of work to do if they want to get back into the playoff race. And start against the division foe, the Jammers, tomorrow. Signing off from Colburn Park after a 2-game doubleheader with the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs. I'm Frank Losala for the Newark Pilots Radio Network. We will see you tomorrow night here at Colburn Park against the Jamestown Jammers.